Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rebel Racing Network and the National Outlaw Racing Association Cup Series. I am your commentator tonight, Austin Householder, and we are coming to you live from the virtual EchoPark Speedway, a 1.5 mile oval located just outside of Atlanta, Georgia, where these drivers are going to be competing for 100 laps in the first round of their playoffs tonight. We've got a beautiful night here. The sky is clear. It is a nice, cool 72 degrees outside, and the track temperature is sitting at 77 degrees. A quick update on the rules tonight. For tonight's event, these drivers are going to be given 4 sets of tires instead of their usual 3, 100% fuel, and 1 quick repair to complete 100 laps. One additional rule that has been added tonight: drivers are not allowed to pass below that red and white line you see at the bottom of the racetrack. Once again, that red line is the out of bounds line for tonight. And with the first round of the playoffs comes our playoff bracket. Your official playoff drivers. Sitting in the number 1 seed, we have Joseph Truskowski, Seth LaCroix in number 2, Samuel Reed is the 3rd seed, Byron Gay will be your 4th seed, Joshua Edmonds will be the 5th seed, Jonathan Dominics is going to be the 6th seed, Chris Evans in 7th, Tyler Street taking the 8th seed, Terrell Wheeler will be the 9th seed, Jamie Lee Dunning will be our 10th seed, Christopher Foote the 11th, and Scott Leonard in the 12th seed, rounding out your playoff drivers. And it looks like qualifying is about to start, folks. Just a quick reminder, our poll for the Fan Vote Dash for Cash is now live on our Facebook page. Once again, the Fan Vote Dash for Cash poll is live on the Facebook page. That is Rebel Racing Network on Facebook. Make sure you go and vote for your favorite driver. We currently have 14 drivers in the poll. Out of those 14, we will take 3 for the championship race. And those 3 will be entered into our Dash for Cash. They will have to race against each other in the championship race to take home a pot of $50. So make sure you go over and vote for your favorite driver. And while you're over there on our Facebook page, don't forget to follow Rebel Racing Network on Facebook so we can bring these races live to Facebook. And we are currently looking at Chris Jones making his qualifying run. Tyler Street, the first time in a time of 31:97. But I just want to draw our attention to that 64 of Thomas Adams. We were watching him in practice, and for a while, he was sitting atop of the leaderboard with the fastest time during practice. We will be keeping an eye on that driver tonight. Only his 3rd Cup Series start, but hungry for a win. All right, we are now looking at the 29 of Seth LaCroix. He has been dominant all season. He is our number 2 seed. He is looking to knock Joseph Truskowski out of that number 1 seed for points. Once again, he is the 2 seed after a iRacing suspension caused him to miss a week in the middle of the season. But he has recovered nicely, able to claw his way back to second, and looking to take home the championship here. With that time, Seth LaCroix will currently be starting 4th as long as no one runs a faster time than him. But it looks like the only driver left to qualify is the 20 of Byron Gay. Correction, Joseph Truskowski has not completed his first qualifying lap, but he is running a new Iron City Beer paint scheme, the red, white, and blue paint scheme for that 42 car. He's typically in black and gold, but he is showing his patriotism here tonight. And Joseph Truskowski about a week late on that Patriot paint scheme. Our race at Charlotte last week was the patriotic race. Joseph Truskowski, a time good enough to take 9th here. Not what he was looking for. But as these drivers are finishing up their qualifying runs, we are going to head down trackside for our opening ceremonies presented by URA Flyovers. At this time, please stand as you are able, or remove your hats, place your hand over your heart, and veterans render a hand salute as the United States Marine Corps Band performs our national anthem. All right, and a big thank you to URA Flyovers for our opening ceremonies. Make sure you go check them out on Facebook as well. If you are a league owner or a broadcaster looking to add a little something extra to your broadcast, shoot them a message. They can create any custom flyover for any track that is still standing using Microsoft Flight Simulator. And it looks like everyone has completed their qualifying run here. We have 2 minutes till the gridding starts here, folks. While we wait for the gridding to start, let's go ahead and talk to our fan favorite, Thomas Adams. Thomas, it's Austin up in the booth. Do you have me?
Loud and clear, loud and clear.
All right, what's going on, buddy? Making your third Cup Series start here. We were watching you in practice. You were atop the leaderboard with the fastest lap for a little while. Qualified 15th without the draft. Do you think you're going to be a factor tonight?
I feel really fast in the draft. I never really qualify good, so I'm not too worried about starting in the back, and it honestly keeps me out of the way of all the playoff cars. I don't want to be a screw up for them, so I'm fine with starting in the back. We're fast in the draft.
All right, so you said staying out of the way of the playoff cars. When we get down to 10 to go, 5 to go, are all bets off and you're going for the win then?
Oh yeah, if we have a chance to win this at the end of the night, we're taking it.
All right. That sounds good, buddy. And I just want to reiterate, make sure you let your fans know to go vote for you on Facebook for our fan vote Dash for Cash.
I definitely will be doing that.
All right. We appreciate it, buddy. Looks like we're about to start gridding. Good luck tonight, and hopefully we'll be talking to you at the end.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
Thank you. Once again, that was the 64 of Thomas Adams. He'll be rolling off 15th tonight. All right, and we're going to take a look at our official grid here. Starting in first place, we're going to have Tyler Street taking the pole in that 4 car. Joshua Edmonds will be to his outside in the 17 machine. Rolling off third will be Byron Gay in the 20 car. Starting to his outside in fourth will be Christopher Foote in the 21 car. Starting fifth will be the 29 of Seth LaCroix in the 29 car. His outside in sixth will be the 45 of Jonathan Dominics. Chris Evans will roll off seventh in the 23 car. Dawson Price will be starting eighth in the 18 machine. Jamie Lee Dunning will be starting ninth in the 54 car. His outside will be Joseph Truskowski in the 42 machine. In 11th, we have Samuel Reed driving the 56. His outside will be Stephen Linger in the 91. Rolling off 13th will be Scott Tomlinson in the 8 car. Terrell Wheeler will start 14th in the 43 car. Thomas Adams will start 15th in the 64 car. And rounding out your field back in 16th will be Chris Jones in the 33 machine. And Christina Edmonds entering the chat, rooting for Josh and Seth tonight. As the drivers take the track for their parade lap. Joseph Benson wanting a full-length Cup season. I tell you what, Joseph, that would be awesome to see. Pace car enters turns 3 and 4. Tyler Street will lead them down to the green flag. Pace car is off. We are getting ready to go racing, folks. Green flag is out. We are racing. Tyler Street leading them down the front stretch. Lap 1 of 100. Tyler Street holding the lead. Joshua Edmonds to his outside, trying to catch back up. Once again, this is a 1.5 mile track, but it is going to drive like a super speedway. The draft, so important here. And that outside line, not hanging with the inside line as well as they would like. But Seth LaCroix moving up here, up to 4th, trying to make a move here. We're seeing a little bump draft between the 21 of Christopher Foote and the 17 of Joshua Edmonds. Foote gave him a shot in the back, trying to get him going. But everyone's staying really spaced out here, not trying to cause a caution early on. We look further back in the pack. Joseph Truskowski already up 2 positions, though. He's looking to make his way up to the front. Truskowski not getting the starting position that he would have liked. Having to start back there in 10th. But we have seen it time and time again this season. He will start from the rear of the pack and make his way up to the front. I will expect to see him here at the end of this one, riding up front. We look further back in the pack. That 33 of Chris Jones on the move, up 6 spots now to 10th. Chris Jones and Samuel Reed going to touch the outside wall, but we are 3 wide there. Joseph Truskowski going underneath the 18 of Dawson Price. Price was stuck up there all by himself. No help. He's going to lose some track position. And look out, because we have a new leader, the 17 of Joshua Edmonds, able to get down in front of the 4 of Tyler Street. Edmonds, our new leader, as we are single file through the top 5. As we look further back in the pack, that top line has dissolved. Only 3 cars trying the top line right now. No one wanting to push the issue here. But if anyone's going to push the issue, I think it will be that 42 of Joseph Truskowski. And now, even more cars diving down to the inside. Truskowski left up top all by himself. We see the 54 of Jamie Lee Dunning going to try the outside now. It looks like we have an issue for Scott Tomlinson. Go back, take a look, see what happened with him. Scott Tomlinson in the 8. It looks like Scott just caught the apron. He goes sliding down to the inside. Up into the outside wall. He did toe back, I believe. Correction, Scott did make his way down pit road. But he was able to drive it around. That's going to put him in a rough position. He's going to fall laps down here. And Paul, yes, Joshua is in first, and he is still looking for his first win of the season here, though. His teammate Seth LaCroix, though, has now moved to the outside and looking to make his way up to the front. Byron Gay also going to try the outside line. Seth thinking about taking a 3 wide and going by Byron on the outside, though. Byron not up to speed yet. As that top line has now formed back up again here, 14 laps into this one. All right. So, little insight on that Joshua Edmonds car. That is his drag team logo. Joshua Edmonds, a drag racer in real life. It looks like he's got some teammates in here in the chat rooting for him. And we are going to ride along with the 29 of Seth LaCroix. Seth once again leading that high line, trying to make his way up to the front here. And we're seeing the 64 of Thomas Adams now heading down pit road. He's going to fall a lap down. Scott Tomlinson is now back on the track 5 laps down, though. Donald B's here saying it's a father-son team, and he is the father. Well, Donald, I hope you are a proud dad tonight, as Joshua Edmonds still in control of this one. We saw some trouble for the 43 of Terrell Wheeler. He was caught below that red line. Off the pace, he is dropped to the back, and I believe he will lose the draft here. If he doesn't get a caution here, he may be in trouble. We are now 21 laps into this one. Green the whole way so far. Everyone behaving themselves, not pushing the issue, and that could lead to some green flag pit stops coming up here. And I think it is time for a creative castle. Crank it up. All right, and we are back now a quarter of a way through this one. Joshua Edmonds still in the lead. That top line still struggling to get up to the front. We're seeing some blinking out of the 21 of Christopher Foote. He has been blinking all race. That could pose a problem later on, especially when these drivers get more aggressive towards the end. As the pack has now caught the 64 of Thomas Adams, he's going to fall another lap down. He is currently 4 laps down. We'll head back up to the front. Samuel Reed now leading that top line, trying to move up. And we are going to step away for a quick commercial break.
From the track to the tech, Creative Castle keeps your code running as clean as your laps. We test real-world devices and digital platforms so your next release won't crash in turn one. At Creative Castle, we elevate your software with expert quality assurance and cross-platform testing. Whether it's native apps or networked hardware, we deliver precision-tested performance at scale. Behind every smooth app and smart device is a quiet castle. Creative Castle. We're the quality wizards and test knights who battle bugs and break bad code before it breaks your product. Creative Castle. Quality at full throttle. Your quest for quality ends here.
So a shakeup on that top line now. Seth LaCroix has dropped further back in that top line, currently sitting in 10th. Joseph Truskowski, though, making his way up to 6th. As Samuel Reed now making his way up to the front, challenging for the lead. He's going to take the lead away from Joshua Edmonds. Joseph Truskowski currently sitting in 2nd there on the high side. And I've got to think Joshua Edmonds may be thinking about pitting here. Here comes Seth LaCroix back on that high side. He is back up to 4th. So some shakeups here. That top line has gotten it together, and they are competitive now. Caution. Caution is out. Multiple cars going around. I do believe Chris Jones was involved in that one. Steven Linger, Chris Evans as well. And we're going to go back, take a look, see what happened here. That is Steven Linger in that 91. Chris Evans in the 23. Keep an eye on them. All right, and it looks like that incident actually started in front of them. I'll go back, take one more look at it. Byron Gay was also caught up in that. I think it kicked off. Oh, no, it did kick off with Chris Jones. Chris was already sideways there. He's coming off a pit road and looks like he just lost it coming off of pit road as the pack went by him. A huge mistake by Chris Jones. Not going to have very many friends after that one. Drivers have made their way down pit road. Some shakeups in the standings. Samuel Reed in first. Seth LaCroix now in second. Joshua Edmonds in third. Jonathan Dominics in fourth. And Byron Gay rounding out your top 5. And we will step aside for a quick commercial break.
FedUps, we don't care how it gets there, just that it eventually does. We use cutting-edge technology like guesswork, blind rage, and the occasional coin flip. Need help? Our customer service is standing by to put you on hold. Our drivers are trained professionals in rage quitting, road rage, and minor parkour. Have an issue? Hey, we delivered it, didn't we? At FedUp, we're not happy until you're not happy. Special instructions? I ignored it specifically. Signature required? We'll scribble something. Fragile? Let's test that theory. Customer service? Try screaming into the void. FedUp, we hate your package almost as much as you do.
FedUps is not responsible for damaged, late, lost, or completely incinerated packages. Batteries not included. Actually, nothing's included.
All right, we are back, and they are starting to double them up. Up front, the lights on the pace car are out. Only the first 2 rows are doubled up, though. Looks like some confusion on the officiating here. The pace car's going to dive off, and we're getting ready to go back green flag racing here. Green flag is out. Samuel Reed takes off. Very good launch on the start for Samuel Reed, but that may hurt him once these cars get up to speed and that draft gets going. We now have teammates Joshua Edmonds and Seth LaCroix working together, and I'm expecting them to go high and just make their way right around Samuel Reed. And that is what they are going to do. No help for Samuel Reed here. Edmonds is going to go back to the lead. Seth LaCroix following suit. He's going to go to second. They make easy work of that 56 car. Samuel Reed now falling in line behind them, getting that draft. Driving back up to the bumper of Seth LaCroix as we are single file here out front. The field is now split into 2 packs. It looks like Joseph Truskowski is leading that second pack back there in 8th. Joseph Truskowski trying to catch back up to that first pack. He's getting some help from the 54 of Jamie Lee Dunning as they close that gap up. Joshua Edmonds still in the lead here, but it looks like Seth LaCroix has kicked it to the outside and is challenging Joshua for the lead. And Truskowski going by on the high side. He moves Samuel Reed out of the way. Samuel Reed hits Joshua Edmonds. Joshua Edmonds, no damage to that car, but he is off the pace. He is going to lose the draft here. And Truskowski now linked up with Seth LaCroix. Let's go back, take one more look at that move by Joseph Truskowski. Getting into the rear end of Samuel Reed. And Samuel Reed gets into the rear end of Joshua Edmonds. As Truskowski now moving to the outside, trying to get a run on Seth LaCroix and go for the lead. That outside line not going to work for him. Samuel Reed looking to get by Joseph Truskowski. I don't think he was a fan of that move. Reed not wanting to give that 42 car any help here. We are back single file up front. Joseph Truskowski in a set of one to line back there in 6th. Seth LaCroix, your leaders. Jamie Dunning in 2nd. Tyler Street in 3rd. Once again, guys, if you are just joining us, do not forget to go to our Facebook page and vote on your favorite driver for our fan vote Dash for Cash. That poll will be open for 2 weeks, and then for our championship race, we will take the top 3 in fan votes and enter them for a chance to win a $50 pot. Make sure you go check that out on Facebook, and while you're over there, hit follow on Facebook so we can bring these events live to Facebook. Once we reach 100 followers, the Rebel Racing Network will be broadcasting live on Facebook as well as YouTube. We're going to look further back in the pack. They are still all single file as we just passed halfway here. Taking a look at that 43 of Terrell Wheeler. He got caught down low earlier on, but he has made his way back up to 8th. In trouble back in the pack. Samuel Reed in the outside wall. It looks like he got into someone, though. Looks like Samuel Reed and Chris Evans coming together. Samuel Reed coming to a stop there on the bottom. We'll go back and take a look at this. Yes, that was Samuel Reed and Chris Evans getting together. Bringing out our second caution of the night here. Samuel Reed just trying to give Chris Evans pushed. Evans slides up, tries to get back down in line, and just comes down across the nose of Samuel Reed. And we are going to step aside for another quick commercial break.
It's race day on iRacing. The grid is set. Engines are rumbling. The chat is buzzing. The anticipation is building. But before the green flag waves, you need a moment that gets hearts racing. Hoorah Flyovers delivers cinematic, custom airplane flyovers for your iRacing or esports event, bringing real-world energy to your virtual track. Add a patriotic punch to your pre-race show, whether you're hosting a league championship, a memorial race, or just want to hype the crowd. Hoorah brings the thunder. Fully customizable, easy to book, stream ready, guaranteed to get your drivers and fans fired up. Because when the jets fly, everyone pays attention. Stand tall, fly loud, race proud. Hoorah! Visit Hoorah Flyovers on Discord or Facebook and bring the flyover experience to iRacing like never before.
All right, and we are back. We're looking at Joshua Edmonds heading down pit road. Only car to pit here. They are getting doubled up and getting ready to go back racing here. Seth LaCroix will lead them to the green flag. Tyler Street to his outside in second. Byron Gay in third. Jonathan Dominics in fourth. Joseph Truskowski in fifth. And Terrell Wheeler back there in sixth. Terrell Wheeler slowly making his way up to the front here. We haven't talked about him much this season, but he is a playoff driver. And he is looking to punch his ticket to the round of 8. And the pace car is off. The green flag is out. Seth LaCroix in charge of this one. And they are off and racing down into turn 1. Seth LaCroix learning from Samuel Reed's misstep where he got overextended on the restart and allowed Seth LaCroix and Joshua Edmonds to go by him on the outside. Seth LaCroix did not get a big jump there, staying just in front of that 20 of Byron Gay, and Seth LaCroix doesn't have to worry about these cars drafting up to his rear end and driving by him like he is standing still. And here comes Joseph Truskowski again on the high side, looking for some help out of that fourth. Tyler Street. Truskowski not getting any help out of the 4 of Tyler Street, though. That high line Not really competitive here early on in this run. And Tyler Street up in the outside wall now. Making contact. 45, Jonathan Dominic's thinking about going under him. Tyler Street, though, going to come back, throw the block. That's going to leave Truskowski out there all by himself. Truskowski's going to go back low. Looking back at Joshua Edmonds, currently sitting in 9th. He has led the most laps here tonight. Looking to make his way back up to the front after a run-in with Joseph Truskowski and Samuel Reed knocked him out of line and off the pace. Everyone has got it sorted out single file for the time being. Looking back there in 4th, we have that 43 of Terrell Wheeler. He is hungry for a podium here tonight. This one of his better performances all season. We are still single file at the front of the pack. That outside line starting to form up, though. Samuel Reed, a lap down car, leading that outside line. Chris Evans, the first car a lap down into the outside wall now. That is going to knock that 23 car off the pace. We go back to the front of the pack. We are still single file. But that outside line getting a run there. Samuel Reed trying to lock in that lucky dog. If we get another late race caution, we are coming down to 32 to go. Outside line now forming up even more. Looks like Steven Linger, though, going to have some issues there. He is off the pace. Go back to the front of the pack. Seth LaCroix still in charge of this one. But that 18 of Dawson Price out there on that high side. Looking for some help. Further back in the pack, Byron Gay, Christopher Foote now running 4th and 5th. Terrell Wheeler dropping back to 6th here. Still a lot of single file racing. Only 10 cars left on the lead lap. We are coming down to the last 28 laps here, folks. We see Joseph Truskowski now moving to the outside, looking for some help. Time winding down in this one. He wants to be in a position to win this. But he's got to get some help on that outside line. A big checkup going to allow him to get to the outside of Terrell Wheeler now. Here comes Tyler Street in that 4 car looking to help. Truskowski hopping down low, though. Tyler Street looking for that high side again. Looking for some help out of that 18 of Dawson Price. We are down to 25 to go, and no one wanting to push the issue yet. Will Eister saying we're going to see the 42 in the wall here soon. What makes you say that, Will? Will's saying Joseph Truskowski has Danica tendencies. Go back to the front. Joshua Edmonds has now made his way up to second place. Some bold moves from that 17 car to get back to second place. Right in line behind teammate Seth LaCroix. Both of these guys are playoff drivers. We see some more blinking out of that 21 of Christopher Foote. Now down to 20 to go. Still a lot of single file racing. Looking back at the pack, Dawson Price trying to find someone to go to the outside with him to make a run. Currently running 9th. Chris Jones with that blinking has dropped back to... I'm sorry, Christopher Foote in that 21 car with all that blinking has dropped back to 10th. The last car on the lead lap. Going back looking at the front here. Seth LaCroix and Joshua Edmonds still in control of this one. They are teammates, but when it comes down to that final lap, that goes out the window, and everyone will be racing for a win. '54 of Jamie Dunning thought about going high there, thinks better of it. Waiting for someone else. No one wants to be the first car to go high here and end up dropping to the back of the pack. Keep an eye on the back of the pack. Looks like Dawson Price and Christopher Foote now committing to that outside line. With 16 to go. If you are in the back, it is time to go. Jamie Dunning hopping out of line there for a second. Yet again. Going to go back to the bottom, though. But Joseph Truskowski getting to the inside of Terrell Wheeler now. Truskowski to 4th. Christopher Foote now went back to... Christopher Foote went back to the inside. Left Dawson Price out there to dry. Dawson Price dropping to the end of the lead lap here. Now behind the lap car of Chris Evans in the 23. We're going to go right back to the front here. Christina saying Chad is saying go, Josh, as well. Now making their way by Steven Linger a lap down. I'm sorry, Steven Linger 16 laps down. As we are now down to 9 to go. Still no one wanting to hop out of line. In front, Dawson Price trying that high side again. Thinking about maybe getting some help from the lap car of Samuel Reed. But he's going to drop that back down low again. Look out, because here comes that 21 of Christopher Foote moving to the outside up in front of Samuel Reed. Trying to get a line together now. Dawson Price now committing to the outside as well. Jonathan Dominic's thinking about it. Christopher Foote going to try and make a late race run as we come down to 6 to go. We've got a development up front. Seth LaCroix goes high. Joshua Edmonds getting under Seth LaCroix. Joseph Truskowski also forming up on that outside. That outside line has now formed, and we've got our race to the finish. Truskowski going to give LaCroix a push down the backstretch. Byron getting to Joshua Edmonds as well. Truskowski all over that bumper, even through the turn. There's trouble. Caution is out. Truskowski trying to push LaCroix through the turn, and it did not work out for those two. The real wheeler involved in this. Chris Evans, Jamie Dunning, Steven Linger, Jonathan Dominics, Truskowski, Tyler Street, Thomas Adams all involved in this, as well as Chris Evans. Joshua Edmonds in the lead now. And we're going to go back, take a look at this. Keep an eye on Seth LaCroix in the 29 car, as well as Joseph Truskowski in the 42. Truskowski trying to push him there through the turn. That never works out well on iRacing. And Will, no comment there, buddy. We currently only have 3 cars that stayed out here. We're going to see just how important those tires here are here at Atlanta. If you go the whole race without tires, it can get pretty slick on you. Be a little bit tougher to control that car. And we are going to have to get set up for a green-white checkered finish in overtime. Paul, you are correct. Josh did pit with that last caution, but that was a long green flag run. That will cause a big shakeup in our top 5. Joshua Edmonds is still the leader. Dawson Price in second. Christopher Foote in third. Jonathan Dominics in fourth. Terrell Wheeler rounding out your top 5. Now, those top 3 not pitting. We're going to see just how valuable tires are here. Lee LaCroix saying he really hates dirty driving. I don't know if that was necessarily dirty from Joseph Truskowski. I think he's just hungry for the win, trying to push Seth LaCroix to the checkered flag and back out in front there. Truskowski and LaCroix, they are friends off the track. Hayes' car is going to dive off. Green flag is out. What a move by Seth LaCroix on that green flag, jumping to the outside, trying to get back up to the front. He's outside the 42 of Joseph Truskowski. Steven Linger just going to hop out of the way there. Go back to the front here. Joshua Edmonds still in control of this one. Christopher Foote right on his tail. Dawson Price in third, but Dawson Price does have some front-end damage to that car. White flag is out. Next flag will end the race. Now we're seeing some cars hop out of line. We're 3 wide back in the pack here. Christopher Foote going to hop to the outside there. I think he's going to have enough to beat Joshua Edmonds. Christopher Foote going to take home the win. Joshua Edmonds in second as they wreck behind him. Jonathan Dominic's going to take home third. Dawson Price in fourth. Joseph Truskowski in fifth. And Paul, I think you're right. I'd be having some words with Joseph Truskowski for pushing through the turn. we look at Christopher Foote tearing up the grass. We wait for these drivers to make their way to the Discord for their interviews. All right, we are going to start our interviews with our third place finisher, Jonathan Dominics. Jonathan, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I gotcha. How's it going, Austin?
Good. How are you doing tonight, sir?
Doing pretty good off that P3 finish.
So do you need your phone?
Yeah, that was an exciting P3 finish.
My card here.
Oh, hang on. Third place finisher, Jonathan. Sorry about that. We had the winner trying to jump in line here for his interview.
No worries.
All right, back to that finish, Jonathan. We hadn't talked much about you all race. You were about middle of the pack. It seemed like most of the night, and then that caution comes out between Joseph Truskowski and Seth LaCroix. What went through your mind there?
I was just hoping that I could limp the car back to pit lane and I didn't have to get a tow, which was the case. So I was very lucky there. And then restarting P4th, probably couldn't ask for a better situation.
Yep, that restart definitely helped. Take me through those last two laps.
Coming to the checker there, I was gonna be fine with P4, and then the 18 kind of dipped down below the 17. So, I seen my spot opening up for a podium, and I just went for it.
All right. Well, congratulations again, buddy. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you get out of here?
No, that's okay. Thank you.
All right. Well, that is Jonathan Dominics, your third place finisher in the 45. We're going to move on to our second place finisher, Josh Edmonds. We will pull him up to the booth. Josh, it is Austin up in the booth. You got me, buddy?
Yeah, man, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I got you loud and clear, buddy. I want to say congratulations on a second place finish, but I do believe you led the most laps tonight, so it's got to be a little bit bittersweet for you.
Yeah, I'm a little frustrated that I wasn't able to kind of maneuver at the end like that. But second's better than getting involved in some of the chaos that also happened. I feel bad for what happened with Seth, so I feel lucky to not be a part of that.
That is true. We've got some Seth LaCroix fans up in the chat right now, not really happy with the 42. I know you were in the team chat with him. What was said in the team chat, buddy?
Well, I think the 42 is, maybe made a name for himself all season, so of how he drives. But really, in the chat, we were just trying to, or in our team chat, we were just trying to focus on what we're going to do to try to finish 1-2, whether it was him and me or me and him. And then in that corner, he got a little bit loose. I was getting pushed, so it pushed him high. And, of course, nobody behind him had any respect for it and just ran him over. From what I could see in my rear view, I mean, I haven't went back and watched it yet, but didn't look good.
Yeah, we were watching it up in the booth, and it looked like Truskowski was trying to help him out and was just a little, over antsy there. But we're going to move on from that. You've got some fans in the chat as well. Christina's in the chat, as well as Donald, your father, rooting you on tonight. Tell us about the logos on your car. From what I understand, it's your drag racing team?
Yeah. Me and my dad have a drag racing team, Guts to Go Racing, and I hadn't put it on my car yet, so it was cool to, to get a top 3 and have that on the car. So.
All right. Well, anyone you want to shout out before we let you get on out of here, buddy?
Yeah, my mom and dad and Chris, thanks for watching, and you know, my wife and kid, they don't get into watching it, but maybe they will now. I don't know.
All right, you got to go ahead and tell them you just finished P2 and come back and watch you race for a championship later on here.
Yeah, I absolutely will. Thanks, Austin.
All right, thank you, Joshua. Once again, that was Joshua Edmonds, driver of the 17 machine, coming home in second tonight. But we are going to move on to our race winner, Christopher Foote. Chris, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got it. You got me.
I got you, but I also got myself. Sounds like you're listening to the broadcast.
Thanks, Austin. All right, thank you, Joshua. Once again, that was Joshua Edmonds. Oh yeah, I'll turn it off. My bad.
All right. In just a second here while Chris gets his audio in order. All right, all good, Chris?
Yep.
All right, congratulations on taking home the victory tonight. I do believe this is your first podium of the season. I don't believe we've talked yet.
That would be correct, sir.
All right, how's it feel to take home the win in the first round of the playoffs? You were the 11th seed and now punching your ticket to the round of 8.
It feels good. Yeah, I just hope I can figure out this internet. I need to talk to my internet provider more because it looks like I'm blinking a lot.
Yeah, it did look like you had some issues with blinking, but you were able to keep it clean tonight and able to be there at the end for the race, or end of the race, to take home the win. We were watching you back in the pack. What did you think when that last caution came out?
I was hoping to get around it, but I got caught up in it. But I used my fast repair, and then when we came back out of the pits, we were starting kind of up front, and I was just gonna follow whatever line I was in, but then there's an opportunity there at the end, and I just thought I'd go for it.
All right, well, it paid off, buddy, but we're going to let you get on out of here to start the celebration. Anyone you want to shout out first?
I'd like to shout out Terrell and Jonathan for putting this league on, the old lady for watching our kids while I do this, and that's about it. And you for broadcasting.
All right, well, we appreciate it, buddy. Go ahead, start that celebration. Have a good night.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. Once again, that was Christopher Foote coming home with the win tonight. We're going to go ahead and run through our official results of the night. Once again, Christopher Foote taking home the win. Joshua Edmonds finishing second. Jonathan Dominics in third. Dawson Price in fourth. Joseph Truskowski finishes fifth. Jamie Dunning in sixth. Terrell Wheeler comes home seventh. Byron Gay in eighth. Seth LaCroix finishes ninth after that late race caution. Chris Evans comes home 10th. Samuel Reed in 11th. Tyler Street finishes 12th. Thomas Adams finishes 13th. In 14th, we had Steven Linger. In 15th was Chris Jones. And Scott Tomlinson rounds out your field back there in 16th. Once again, everyone, make sure you go check out our Facebook page. Follow, of course, but go vote for your favorite driver for our fan vote Dash for Cash, sponsored by Oorah Flyovers. Once again, the names have been entered. There is a poll on our Facebook. We will be taking the top 3 names out of that poll, entering them for a chance to race against each other in our championship race to take home a $50 pot. Do not forget to vote for your favorite driver. We will be back here tomorrow night for the National Outlaw Racing Association ARCA Series live from Kentucky for 150 laps. And make sure you guys tune in next Sunday night for the Cup Series round of 8 at Richmond for 150 laps. I'd just like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. We will see you back here tomorrow night. Until then, this is Austin Householder signing off.